Huzzah, fellow Storm Knights and other viewers, it's Elemental Storm here. We're looking at top 5 reasons to play, and this is the game called Hand of Fate. It is a fantastic game that's slash tabletop slash RPG slash almost D&D like with cards, and oh, it's fantastic. So let's get into the top 5. Here we go.
It's up to you.
So the first thing I will definitely go with is number 1 as Endless Mode. Now Endless Mode is cool because you have 2 modes in the game. You have Story Mode, Endless Mode. Story Mode is basically set up that you have 13 bosses you have to defeat. You have to go through various stages to get to the bosses and stuff, going through various cards, things like that. Endless Mode takes all those cards that you got, whether they be from the tokens that you got from doing random events or things like that, or in terms of the bosses you beat and all the cards you got from them, and it kind of just compiles all the cards, and then it just sends you right in. And as you can see on your lower right hand side, you have a score and what level you're on. So what it does is it keeps testing you to see how far you can get, how many levels you can make, what's your best score. And it's great because especially if you have other friends that play Hand of Fate, you can be like, oh, I got this score, what'd you guys get? Oh, we're gonna have to fight about that. Or go on Reddit or wherever the place might be. You might be competing to see who does the best and things like that, or fellow streamers, things, whatever the case may be. But either way, it's really cool, and you can just keep playing over and over. Since everything is so randomized, it's a great game to just keep playing all the time, and you can just keep enjoying yourself. It's fantastically done. So that's definitely number 1, and then we're going to get into number 2. We're going to jump right into it, and that's the combat. Now, this is kind of a cool feature. When you run into encounters and stuff like that, there might be a chance that you might run into, say, some creatures or some things like that and stuff, and then you get into an actual combat scene. So what it does is it kind of zooms in down on wherever you are, like you're in a tavern or you're in the desert or wherever the case may be, and you get this character guy. It kind of looks like a Viking almost and stuff like that. He's got the long hair, the beard and stuff like that. And then whatever weapons you might have picked up, or shields or items and stuff that you might have got through going through the various board and stuff, you'll take with you into the combat. Now the combat is set up, it reminds me kind of like Fable, Kingdoms of Alamar, and Batman. And the Batman, I say that because of the whole countering system. So the Shadow of Mordor, Batman like countering system where you gotta hit the button on that right time to counter and stuff. And then beyond that, it's got more of a very basic like Fable, instead of Kingdoms of Alamar, just like, slash stuff like that. So it's basic combat, but it's still a lot of fun. And I definitely recommend it. So it's really cool. The game in general is just fantastic. I should say excited for the way they put the game together and stuff. So anyway, let's get to our next one. Number 3, we're going to jump right into here, which is going to kind of actually be it's going to kind of break off in a second here. But what we're going to get into next is the random events. Now, the random events are really cool. The way the random events work is as you just continue along through the cards, you'll find different things that could be any kind of encounters. And it's kind of cool because it's got this, I shouldn't even say kind of cool, it's very cool. It's very cool because it's got this set up almost like a D&D fashion, where in terms of you basically have it narrated to you what's going on, and then you've got to decide like what you want to do. You can pick options and stuff. Do I run away? Do I attack? Do I sneak attack? Do I do this? And then what will end up happening is you'll get like cards that say, okay, you can either fail or survive, or succeed and stuff. So that's awesome. All right, let's get into number 4. Number 4 is deck building. Now this is another cool feature. As you collect cards and stuff, you can actually, there's 2 things you can do. You can have the game itself build your decks for you, which will basically take all your newest stuff and kind of put it together, and your encounters and things like that. Or if you want to build your own decks, you can. Now when you start going through story mode, the amount of cards you'll have for each deck will basically keep increasing, and you can keep putting new ones in and stuff like that. And what's cool on that end is you can just go ahead and you can decide what I want in my deck and stuff. Do I want that card? Do I know that card? That card has always been, like the devil card or something. It's like you don't want that in your deck. Like, no, I don't want to see the devil card at all. Then you get rid of it, stuff like that. You can put the cards that you want to see in your deck. And you can get rid of the cards that you don't want to see and stuff like that. So it's really cool in that fashion that you get to actually build your deck, so you kind of get an idea. Again, it's all randomized. You never know which card's going to get pulled, but you do have a better chance when you know that, okay, I know these 2 cards work perfect together, like the metal ore here and the the holy forge. So like those 2 cards are actually perfect to have together. I want those in my deck because they're going to work together when they finally hit. So yeah, so that's pretty cool how you can just set up your deck and stuff. And we're going to finish up at number 5, the narrator. This guy is cool. He reminds me of a dungeon master slash, doesn't want to see you win, but kind of wants to like keep pushing you to go and stuff like that. So he's got a lot of really cool sayings and stuff. And he knows, the really cool thing is I think he's set up to, like, you know, when certain cards are pulled, he'll say certain things. But it's cool because he'll actually, like, if you're going to get a shield, you'll be like, well, I know you now have a shield and all this. You know, like, he'll interact with you, and you feel like you're actually sitting across from him, which is really cool. Like, you really have that feeling that, you know, you're here, you're across, but he's your main enemy. He's also the last boss, so you're, like, working your way to get to him. And I think that's why he keeps sassing you up and everything like that. But anyway, guys, this is Hand of Fate. Fantastic game. I highly recommend it. I'm Elemental Storm. I'm out of here. Huzzah.
My powers are genuine.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Elemental Storm here, and this is top 5 reasons to play Dying Light, the awesome zombie parkour game. So we're gonna get right into it, and here we go. So let's get into it. This is number 1, and this is the Knight. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I think the Knight is personally terrifying. And let me know in the comment section what you think about the Knight, because it is quite interesting. I want to see what everybody feels about that. But I feel it's pretty damn intense. First off, it's pitch black in certain areas. As you can see here, as I turn off my flashlight and stuff, it is just unbelievably pitch black, which is really cool. I think that adds a nice element to it. And then on top of that, you have the volatile zombies, which, as you can see in the radar, you have like